welcome to episode 73 of the HHH Racing Podcast. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. We're going a little bit earlier. Sorry for the schedule change. Hopefully, people saw the message there on Twitter. We've got severe thunderstorms coming into the Chicago area here later tonight. Already lost my power on Sunday night, which is very unusual. Don't want to take that risk again of that happening with the internet and whatnot. So we'll just go ahead and film right now live here at 6 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm your host, Howard Kravitz. Thanks for joining me tonight. If you're new to the HH Racing Podcast, thanks for joining me. Please make sure you subscribe right there on the left, see at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. And after you do that, hit that notification bell so that you know when new content will arise. Also, please pound that like button. Or if you dislike the show, you can pound that down button. But really, I'd appreciate if you pound that thumbs up button. There's a lot of techie stuff behind the scenes. YouTube wants to know what shows are popular, what shows are not, so we can push out some more great content, and YouTube fans will be encouraged to watch the HHH Racing Podcast. We have a very exciting show for you, not only tonight, but a great lineup this week. It is Arlington Million week here in the Chicago area. Unfortunately, it's going to be the last Arlington Million, and the race is actually pushed down to $600,000. It's actually called the Mr. D Stakes in honor of Richard Duchossois, who's the longtime owner of the track and now a very small part owner. There are still 3 Grade 1 races and a Grade 3 race this Saturday. The racing is going to be fantastic. And to commemorate the last Arlington Million, let me show you the live streams that are going to be happening right here on this channel. So tomorrow we're going at our regularly scheduled Wednesday time of 7 p.m. Eastern for a Pick 5 at the Spa segment to cover the late Pick 5 on Thursday at Saratoga. Of course, tonight we're covering tomorrow's actually bonus race. We're going to cover the late Pick 6 for tomorrow because there's a huge carryover. But Thursday night, usually we go at 8 p.m. You can see on the screen there, I've got to push it back 15 minutes. I'm working on another podcast right before my own. So again, we're going to push it back. Hopefully it'll be starting at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Usually it's 8 o'clock. Should be around 8:15, if not just right after that, on Thursday night for our flagship show. And let me tell you, folks, I've lined up 2 great guests. One of them, Davy Lane. And if you don't know that name, Davy Lane is an excellent, popular handicapper in the UK. He gave us the longest shot on this show of the year. If you're a fan of this show, you know what I'm talking about. He gave out a 60-1. That's right. A 60-1 shot. A horse named Ray Shoon, who won at Royal Ascot in June. So Davy Lane is back to help us with a bunch of the Euros that are coming in for Arlington Million Day. And also I have a young man who's an excellent handicapper who works at Arlington Park. He's been on the show before, Kyle Roscoe. So we have 2 guests coming on along with myself to discuss a fantastic day on Saturday right here 20 minutes away from me at Arlington Park for the very last Arlington Million Day. So please join me Thursday especially at approximately 8:15 Eastern Standard Time for that show as well. We already have a bunch of guests. I appreciate everyone being able to adjust to the time. Ralph is here. Ralph, hope we're going to hit that Pick 6 tomorrow. Horsey Dave is here. We had a little, Horsey Dave and I had a little gentleman's side wager. I think we can call it a draw, I suppose. But Bolsheveli did beat Palazzi. Frankly, neither one of us ran well, but Horsey Dave did tell me on email, so what you see is true. He said he would make a donation. That is a very nice donation to Horsey Dave. I think we all deserve a round of applause for Horsey Dave for that nice donation you gave to the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. Horsey Dave, I tip my cap to you. Thanks for making that donation. And good effort with Palazzi. A Euro did win that race, not the Euro I thought that would win, but State of Rest for another O'Brien, Joseph O'Brien, ran huge. And then the least likely Euro of the four actually came in second. Jay is here tonight. Jay, good afternoon to you. Siggy Mendoza. Siggy Mendoza is here. And Davey Lane is awesome. Siggy, he's going to be here live Thursday night. You'll get to see him. And who else is going to be live? That guy. We should get him off the screen. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Uh, Today's your birthday, Kyle. Is that right? Wow. Let's see. Wow. Kyle, happy birthday. That's awesome. I did not know it was your birthday today. My birthday is actually coming up in 10 days. So, Kyle, happy birthday. You don't have to give your age. He's a youngster compared to all of us, but a very smart youngster. So, Kyle, happy birthday. We'll see if I can get you some great opinions for tomorrow. Maybe you can crush that pick six if you end up playing it. And Tom Espinoza. Wow, everyone's out today. Look at this. Michael Bryant is here. Thanks for all my great viewers making adjustments to come out on the show today. And again, if you're new to the show, welcome. I also want to welcome any new viewers who are fans of the Matt Bernier Show. Folks, if you've not seen the Matt Bernier Show on In the Money Media, it came out last night, and I was on the show. I had about a 20-minute segment with Matt talking about Arlington a little bit, a race at Saratoga on Friday, and then also a little golf talk at the end of the conversation. So check out the Matt Bernier Show on the In the Money Media platforms, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, blah, blah, blah. And you can see me as I made my fourth appearance on the Matt Bernier Show. Had a great time there. All right. I think we've done all the promos and everything. Again, once again, there's Race Day blog info, which was I did not hit the pick five last Saturday, but early in the Saratoga card, I was on fire. If you receive the Race Day blog, you know what I'm talking about. I gave out winners. I gave out long shots that finished in the money. Again, you can only get that information on the Race Day blog info you see on the screen. Also, below the video player in the description, you can find info on how to sign up for my inexpensive, profitable Race Day blog. And as always, please make sure you comment below the video player. I'd love to hear comments about the show, anything you'd like to see, any opinions you have on picks. And finally, I'm back at Canterbury after my vacation. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, my free analysis. Go Bet Canterbury. Their actually first post is about 2 minutes. I started red hot on my first day back after the break Sunday. 7 of my 9 top choices finished first or second. Anyway, that's actually true. I don't like to toot my own horn, but sometimes, listen, you got to do it. And my 2 long shots today finished a close second, including an 8-1 shot that lost by a nose in the last race. Tough beat there. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into Saratoga. Let me see if any other comments that I want to mention. Trish. Trish is here playing playing Canterbury tonight. Trish, good luck at Canterbury. I'll answer one more question from Siggy. Swiss Skydiver. Let's talk about Swiss Skydiver for a second. So the race, if you watched my podcast, I was exactly right on how the race actually set up. K-Nix Go, and by the way, Matt Bernier, if you listen, it is K-Nix Go. It's not Nix Go. It actually is K-Nix Go. We had a little debate about that on the show. He agreed it was K-Nix Go. Anyway, so K-Nix Go did go to the front, and Swiss Skydiver was used early, angled out on the first turn, got exactly the trip that I thought she went. I'll tell you what, Siggy, I thought she ran pretty well. She finished fourth. As I looked at the race again and did more analysis, I actually moved her down to a C. I just didn't like the setup for her. I didn't like the layoff. It was a a tough race. I thought she ran well. I really hope Kenny McPeak just puts her against the filly and mares the rest of the year. I think she can beat almost any filly and mare in the country, including Latruska or Monomoy Girl. I hope they just point her to the BC distaff. But I thought she ran credible, considering. I mean, she went after Koenig's Go. Was I the only one that thought, like on the far turn, I was like, wow, this filly looks like she might upset. But, Koenig's Go is an absolute monster. So I agree with you. I think she'll be tough in the personal Ensign Siggy, and I thought she ran well after the layoff. All right, let's jump right. Jay agrees with you, by the way. I agree with you, Jay. Let's get right into the pick six here for tomorrow. And again, usually I cover a pick five, but we're going to talk about the pick six because there is a large carryover tomorrow. I don't have the exact number. I'm sure someone might put that up on the screen, but I know it's over $100,000 in the carryover for the pick six. Now, I fully realize that not all of you are pick six players. In fact, a bunch of you might not even be pick five players. And that's absolutely fine. But I feel the need to cover one extra race. We'll do it quickly to start the pick six. So let's go ahead and start. And actually, I do not have a banner or picks for the. Actually, I have picks for the race, but I don't have a banner. In other words, you won't see it on the screen. So let me just say it verbally first. My A's in this race, again, my A's in this race are just the 4, and my B's. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not the right race. My bad. Let me just jump into the race. I'll tell you. I apologize. The first race, and again, this is to start the pick six, is a 1.8 on dirt, state breds, maidens, 3-year-olds and up. My lone A in this race is the 4, Blitz to Win for Barkley Tag and Javier Castellano. Has very good numbers here, as I see on the screen. Looks like Ralph said the carryover is 187,000. That's a healthy carryover. So Blitz to Win would be my lone A in this race. Sorry if there's sound in the background. I just got a new. Let me turn that down. There we go. Blitz to Win would be my lone A in this race. But here's the thing: Blitz to Win is 6-5. All right, and Tivoli Twirl is 8-5. Chances of one of these horses winning is very high. But here's the deal with this race. All right. I don't trust either one of these horses. Neither one of these horses has gone near the distance. In fact, Blitz to Win is the only horse that's gone a mile. All these other races have been sprints. And although they're bred okay to go long, I really don't trust either one of them. They did race against each other last time. I'm not going to show the replay. It was a very tough main race. Water's Edge, who won that race, is very good. I prefer Blitz to Win. He'd be my only A. I want to throw another horse in there. Tivoli Twirl would be a B, as in boy, for me. But I want to throw a horse in there in the pick six, and I'm putting this horse as a B. And that horse, whoops, excuse me one second. So I'm trying to get my, hold on one second okay, there we go. Sorry, on my left side of the screen, I have a new iPad that I'm messing with here. As a B horse in the pick six, I'm interested in the 2, Anejo. I'll tell you why. First of all, this horse costs $150,000. He's meant to be good. Number 2, he's got blinkers on. Number 3, gets Lasix for the first time. But the 2 main reasons I like the number 2, and look, this horse has done absolutely no running in his 2 races on turf. Jack Sisterson trains for Calumet Farms. They've done well at the meet. He's a very capable trainer. This horse, and I'm assuming the blinkers on, has some very good works. You see a minute 1 on the dirt at Keeneland. Check out this work 2 back. 47-2 breezing. Second of 153. 153 works was second. I'm assuming again with the blinkers on. That last work was, just a maintenance work. Here's the other reason I like the 2. Take a look at the dam. The dam is Tiffany Twisted, who, yes, was mainly a turf horse, but a long distance turf horse, actually won at 1 mile and 3/8 and was second at 1 mile and 3/16, and also won at 1 mile and a quarter. But look at one of the children of Tiffany Twisted. That's right, Twisted Tom, a horse you may know, has almost won $1 million, almost all of it on dirt. 760,000 of that money was on dirt. So a sibling of the mare is a very nice New York bred named Twisted Tom, who's now a 7-year-old. So I think there's a lot of very interesting angles. Listen, maybe the two can't run at all, but if the two wins the first leg of this pick six and upsets the 1 and the 4, I will not be shocked, and I will absolutely have this 2 somewhere on the ticket. So take a look at Anejo, at least underneath in your trifectas if you don't really like to use this horse in your pick sixes. The only illogical horse, the 3 Caden, I suppose can win. You'll have to see the board. Boy, is it hard to go first time out a mile and eighth on the dirt. That is a huge ask. I suppose it's not impossible, but I don't like the 3. I think first time out is a very tough ask. Anyway, I talked about that race longer than normal, but I'm very interested in the 2 there at a price to kick off the pick six, as we have some, let's see, some other comments here. Just want to mention. Um, let's see here. Horsey Dave is leaning towards the 5 as a possible price. Again, I'm not worried about that last workout at all. First of all, Horsey Dave, I didn't see the workout, and it has to be a maintenance work. It has to be. I mean, he ran an unbelievable work the time before. So I understand what you're saying, Horsey Dave, but I'm not concerned at all about that last workout. And Siggy, who I know is big on pedigree, also thinks that Anejo is interesting. So Siggy, I agree. This 2 could be very interesting. I think the board will tell in that race. I think if that 2 is below 6-1, look out. All right, let's go move on to the start of the pick 5. We'll go a lot quicker now, and I can go ahead and show my picks on the screen here to start the pick 5. There we go. All right, there are my ABC selections. Let me just recap one more time. In the pick 6, race 5, again, race 5, my A horse is the 4. My B horses are 1, 2. That's pretty much all I would do in that race. Again, race 5, I would go A, 4, B as in boy, 1, 2. I would have no C's in that race. Race 6 is another maiden race. They're sprinting 6 furlongs, $30,000 claimers, 3-year-olds and up. I have as my A's the 2, Shining Colors, 5-1 morning line, off the claim. Now in the barn of Juan Vasquez for Santana. Is tactical, can be on the lead or just off the lead. Can race on the fast dirt or in the slop. It also has a bullet work, by the way, in the holster. The other horse I'd be interested in is the 4, Starship Dreams. Jeremiah Englehart always brings horses over here from Finger Lakes ready to go. Also has a bullet work at Finger Lakes. Puts the blinkers on. Broke slow, by the way, last time. I'm assuming he's going to break better. Gets Lasix. I think the 4 is interesting. You're probably wondering where's the 3 and the 5? I have concerns about the 3. I have the 3 as a C as of right now. Maybe it's a big mistake, but there's some things I don't like about the 3. Let me explain. First of all, Rudy Rodriguez is fantastic. I have no issue with Rudy Rodriguez. My question for everyone here is, why is this horse in for 30? Now, they only bought this horse for $23,000. So you could say, okay, it's not a big deal. The horse is in for 30. I get that. But she ran perfectly fine last time, in main special weight. And now Rudy's just automatically dropping her down in for 30. I don't know. I found that a bit strange. Also, she's going from Monmouth, which is very speed favoring, to Saratoga. I could probably upgrade the 3. I might be completely wrong on Miss Penelope Pitstop. What a name that is. Again, I might move the 3 up to a B. I don't know. There's something about this 3 I'm not sure about. She might just wire the field and win by 8, and I could look very stupid But I have a few concerns about the 3. Um, that yeah, I don't know. I think that 8 to 5 morning line is crazy. I have right now Bonkers as the 5 horse as a B right now. I might flip flop Bonkers to a C and Miss Penelope Pit Stop as a B. What I don't like about Bonkers here is it looks like she wants to go longer. She's already a 4-year-old filly. She's 0 for 10. I don't like that. I realize she's dropping, but she's dropped last time and did no running. Yes, it was the mile and eighth. Unless this horse is just a better sprinter, which I guess you can make that argument. I don't know. I have concerns about the 3 and the 5. I actually like the 2 and the 4 a little bit more. I'd be shocked if anyone wins other than 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to make decisions as a handicapper where you want to put them in terms of A, Bs, and Cs. I believe in my caveman ticket, which I'm going to show at the end of the show. I think I have all 4 in my caveman ticket. But again, you need to make some decisions there in your uh, ABC ticket if you're going to use it. Let's see some quick opinions on that. Um, Michael's talking about blinkers. It depends on the situation, Michael. For a young horse, again, a younger horse, I do like blinkers on. I think they can show more speed. They're more focused. If they throw blinkers on a horse that's all they run, 10, 15, 20 times, that seems more like a desperation move, Michael. So in my opinion, I like when blinkers are on, especially with younger and experienced horses. That's just my opinion. If anyone has an opinion on blinkers on or off, let me know. But again, I prefer when they're put on younger and experienced horses. Um, Horsey Dave is concerned about the 2 with no finishing kick. My feeling here on Shining Colors is the horse is going to improve with the trainer change, and I like the last work. So point taken. I might be moving this horse way, up too much. I could be wrong about Shining Colors. I have to be honest, Horsey Dave. I don't have a real strong feel for this race at all. I think you can just use 2, 3, 4, 5 and get away with it, but I'm not fully convinced about the 3. Let's go ahead and move to race 7. This is the second leg of the pick 5, and there it is on the screen. It is a mile and eighth on the inner turf, restricted for 3-year-old fillies, optional 80,000 claim, non-winners of 1 other than. This is a big field, and the horses I prefer the most are going to be on the outside here as I go and flip my screen. The number 10, Jordan's Leo. This is a horse for Pletcher, who has not been on the turf. This is by Malibu Moon, but take a look at the female side. This is out of a Leroy DeSanimo mare. So this horse has a bunch of breeding on the turf side, even though the siblings, sorry, you see just one sibling there. I think this horse has a turf work, has a bullet work. My main angle here on the 10, ladies and gentlemen, is I like the early speed. There's not a lot of ton of early speed in this race. We've seen how early speed has done on the turf. I like Santana. He's aggressive on the turf. I don't think Todd would put this horse on the turf if he didn't think she could run on it. I just think the 10 Jordan's Leo is a bit interesting here. The most likely favorite, and who should be the favorite in my opinion, is the 11 Town Avenger for Brian Lynch and Javier Castellano. Ran first time out and won from the 9 hole going 5.5. I liked her that day, actually, Churchill. I bet her back again in the Tepin at Churchill Downs. I'm not going to show the replay. That was won by Navratilova. But that was pretty much every horse who did well up front did well in the race. It was a slow pace. Town Avenger did make a nice inside move. It was her first time going 2 turns. I think she got a lot out of that. She's been working very well. I like Town Avenger quite a bit. In fact, I would probably change my ABC ticket in hindsight and use the 11 as my only A and probably drop the B Drop the 10 down to a B. Other horses I would consider using would be the 4, Earth Strike, for newly inducted Mark Cassie, has been very consistent. Should get a nice trip. And the 2, Magisterium. This is a horse for Orlando Noda, who's also going to get an inside trip. She's done very well, is very consistent. There are 3 others you could use. Miss Delicious. You could use Ellie Este Forte, who just won at Churchill for Ian Wilkes. You could even use Community Adjusted. This is a very tough field. Again, I would lean on the 11 personally, Town Avenger, in this race. And again, I'd probably move the 10 horse to a B in hindsight. A very tough allowance race that you probably have to spread in race 7, unless you want to take a stand with the 11 Town Avenger. Let's go to the next race here. This is race 8 of the sequence. You can see my picks there on the screen. I've got A's 2, 3, and I have the B's as 4, 5, and 6. Let me go ahead and talk about this race. 7 furlongs. This is state breds, 3-year-olds and up. On the dirt, optional claiming 45, now winners of 2. Other than, as I'm just go ahead and look at the comments. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on. My 2 top choices here would be the 2, Betsy Blue, Linda Rice, and Irad. The horse is 6 for 6 in the money, 4 for 6 on the win end. She's consistent. She's a closer. There's a lot of speed in this race, by the way. The 3 has speed. The 4 has speed. The 5 has speed. The 6 has speed. The 7 is probably a little more tactical. You'd have to assume, and around New York, you never know. But between the 6, 5, 4, and 3, you would think there'd be some speed. That's why I like the 2. The 2 is the best closer in the race. The 3, I think, is probably one of the better speeds for Dylan Davis and Ray Handel. Diva Banker went wire to wire 2 back, although it was just for 8,000, but it was open company. You see, this horse is not run very often versus state breds, and when she did, she won last time. In this class level at Belmont. So 2 and 3 would be our top choices. You can also use the 4, Trini Luck, the 5, My Roxy Girl, the 6, Honey Money. None of those horses would really surprise me, but my top 2 would be, again, Betsy Blue, the 2, and Diva Banker, the 3. On a cheaper ticket, I would just go 2, 3, and pray that I get through that leg. Just looking for comments here. No particular comments on the screen, which is great. We'll go ahead and move on then to race 9. This is the second to last leg of the sequence. And there's a comment that I think Horsey Dave likes the 2. Maybe the horse is better on wet. I'm not sure, Horsey Dave. I just know the horse is consistent. So you got to like that. Let's go ahead on to race 9. You see my picks already on the screen. This is my least favorite kind of race. If you follow me, you know that. It's a turf sprint. But I feel pretty good about this turf sprint. It's a stake. It's a listed stake. It's only for 3-year-olds. It is the Mahoney. They're going $120,000 purse, going 5.5 on the turf. I'm most interested in 2 horses in this race. The 1, Into Sunrise, for Wesley Ward, has plenty of early speed. You know Irad's going to use it. Can he win off the pace? Probably not, but he looks very fast, and I'm sure Irad's going to be sending from the rail. You've also got Fauci, who's been a bit disappointing recently on the track. No comments about Fauci, the doctor, here on this show. We're just going to move on from that. You can feel free to tweet that out on and get into politics and all the nonsense somewhere else. We're not going to talk about here on this show. Sky's Not Falling, I think you can use defensively for Trombetta. Jackson Traveler, let me talk about this horse. I have this horse only as a C. There's two things I don't like. I don't like the relatively, I don't know, I shouldn't say quick turnaround. It's been almost a month. Um, he ran perfectly fine against an absolute monster, Golden Pal. They weren't beating Golden Pal. Only has one very slow work since, and really did no running in the quick call. I mean, he broke fine. He chased, a monster around the track. I mean, he ran perfectly fine. To me, this is a horse that's just going to be overbet because you see some of the dirt running lines. You see Asmussen and Jose Ortiz. Can Jackson Traveler win? Of course he can win. But I'm interested in others in this race, like the one that I already mentioned. Um, Again, Momos, I think you can use. I would use Momos a bit defensively, only because there's other better speed in here, in my opinion. My top choice would be the other Wesley Ward, the number 8, Arrest Me Red. So Wesley Ward has two. I'm using both as my A's. One has speed. This one I think will come off the pace. He was very good last year as a 2-year-old, winning his main special weight easily at Laurel. Ran very credible again against Mutasa back there in the Bourbon in October. Then he won the stake at Aqueduct, getting a 78 buyer. And then they tried to run him in the dirt at Tampa. That didn't work out. Now Wesley Ward takes over the training. I don't have to tell you about Wesley Ward off the layoff. He's outstanding. The works are great. He's got Johnny V up. He's got a ton of back class. I think Arrest Me Red is going to let the speed go and come like a train late. This would be my top choice. If I get anywhere near that morning line, 9-2, 4-1, I'm going to put a sizable win bet on Arrest Me Red. I think if he's ready off the layoff, he wins. Flat out. There's enough speed in the race to set it up for him. I don't think he's going to be that far off. I really, really like Arrest Me Red tomorrow quite a bit. I would just go with the two Wesley Wards mainly and just hope they get the job done in a pick 5 or a pick 6. I would lean on them for sure. Just looking to see if we have any comments. No, I think we are. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go on to the last race of the pick 5 and the last race of the pick 6. It is race 10. And as you can see on the screen, I'm going very skinny here. Very skinny. It's on the inner turf. It's a mile 16th. It's for state breds. $40,000 claiming tag, 3-year-old and up. So, JW, I'll get to your comment here in just a second because I appreciate your comment that you threw on the chat there, JW. And JW, by the way, if you're new to the show, thank you very much. I'm not too familiar with your name, so thank you. In fact, JW, we'll go ahead and put your comment up on the screen. And again, if you're new to the show, welcome. Please get some of your friends to join the show. I have many live shows, as you saw the schedule, or you can please subscribe to my channel and you'll get notifications. Be sure to tell your viewers, JW, we're telling the viewers right now. Yes, there is an increase because of the carryover in the takeout, but JW, and I don't have the math in front of me, even though I'm a math teacher, I could actually calculate it. That takeout really is not going to be there because of the carryover. So the larger carryover is sort of canceled by the free money of 180,000 in there. In fact, I believe the expected takeout after the carryover money is figured in is actually less than 15%. I'm not 100 positive what it is, but I'm 90% positive that the effective takeout is actually less than 15% because of the carryover. I'm not sure if the thumbs up is based on what I just said or for something else, JW, but again, appreciate you making that comment about the takeout. Anyway, let's go quickly back to the race here. Listen, Clever Fellow is 0 for 6. He's won many winning races. I do not like 5-year-olds at all who have not broken their maiden. I will say that. But when you look up and down this field, I just don't see who Clever Fellow realistically can lose to. I mean, the one in theory has no chance. The two in theory has no chance. The three, okay, maybe a little bit interesting, but looks awfully slow. The four has buyers in the 70s. The five, I suppose, can improve again. But when you look at that 67 buyer, he got that buyer on the lead going 52 to the half. That's not going to happen here. Brew Pub looks too slow. Arrowheart looks way too slow. Ghostman, okay, but 0 for 5 in this class level. Excuse me, 0 for 4 in this class level. I don't like that. Looks too slow. Addicted to You made a nice buyer jump last time. I don't I don't really see it here though. Viking Zim is the only one that Clever Fellow could lose to. They raced against each other last time. I'm going to quickly show you the end of that race. I'm not going to show you the whole replay. They both got good trips. I watched the replay. The Clever Fellow's the 8 and Viking Zim is the 7. I'm just going to jump to the most important part of the race. I'll go ahead and freeze it right here so you can see. Here's Clever Fellow, the 8. Viking Zim right there is the 7. They're both like in those yellow. Excuse me. Clever Fellow, I'm sorry, is the 8 up here. Here's Clever Fellow up here. Viking Zim is back here, the 7. Uh, yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, this is the 8 right here, Clever Fellow. Here's Viking Zim making a run. Now, they did go very slow. I will say that. They went very slow early, so I guess you could give a Clever Fellow the 8 the advantage. But here's Viking Zim. He closed fine. Nothing special. I don't know. Was flattening out late. Again, there's the 8 and the 7. Not too much of a difference to me. I prefer the 8 Clever Fellow, who, by the way, was a little bit wide on the first turn. You didn't get to see that, but he was a little bit wider. Today is the day. If Clever Fellow cannot get the job done today, I don't know what to say. Uh, Viking Sim could win if he gets a real nice trip, and if pace develops. I would use either one of them. I just don't see anyone else in this race. Maybe Cox's Ledge. New horse for Abreu if he improves a lot. I don't know. I don't have a lot of interesting opinions in this race. To me, it sure looks like it's 4 or 10. I prefer the 4 personally in that race. We're coming up on 40 minutes. We've been a little bit long on the show. Let me just go ahead and show my caveman. There's my caveman ticket. Again, that's for the pick 5, ladies and gentlemen. That would be my caveman ticket for the pick 5. All right. So you can add, if you like the 4 in the first leg, it's only a $60 pick 6 ticket. If you want to go 2 deep, it's $120. If you want to go 3 deep, it'd be $180. It's a $1 pick 6 increment. Again, the pick 6 is a $1 bet. So that would be my pick 5 ticket. Sorry, the screen's the camera's a little bit blurry there. I apologize. That would be my pick 5 ticket for 50 cents. Actually, be a lot more for a pick 6. I don't know what I'm talking about. I apologize. Let's see, 12, 60. That's actually $120 right there for $1, of course, for the pick 5. So if you want to single the 4 in the first leg of the pick 6, you're talking about a $120 ticket, blah, blah, blah. Again, what you see on the screen, I probably wouldn't use for my pick 6. I'd probably narrow it down in the pick 6, but that's my pick 5 ticket right there. Again, I don't mean to confuse you. Of course, the pick 5 is a 50-cent increment, and of course, the pick 6 is a dollar increment. JW just wants to comment again. The 60% increase take on the pick 6 will offset any extra money coming in. People will stay away because of the big takeout. I don't think so, JW. I don't think as many people as you and I probably look at the takeout. I don't like the takeout increase, but with 180K in the pool, it's something that I can't resist. So I'll be playing the pick 6, but fair enough. Understand what you're saying. Horsey Dave, appreciate the compliment there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up, I believe, as we're up to 40 minutes. I don't usually like to keep it that long, but we had extra race to cover tonight. Once again, let me go ahead and take the banner off the screen for the Caveman ticket and get everything else set up that I want to for the end of the show. All right, we're all set up. So, again, tomorrow night on Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, please join me, our usually scheduled time. It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern to cover the late pick 5 on Thursday at Saratoga. And then don't forget, Thursday night, the regular flagship show, we're going to start 15 minutes later. It's going to start 8:15 Eastern Standard Time with Siggy's good friend and my good friend, Davey Lane, as a guest from the UK. Going to talk about a bunch of the races at Arlington with me to focus on the Euros. And then my good friend Kyle Roscoe. Again, Kyle, happy birthday. He will also be a guest. So we'll have 3 people to help you with an unbelievable day at Arlington this Saturday, the Arlington Million Day. Unfortunately, the last one in the history of that beautiful, historic track. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Howard Kravitz, episode 73 of the HHH Racing Podcast. Please make sure you check out my appearance with Matt Bernier on his show as well on In the Money Media. Have a great night. Good luck with that pick 5 or 6 or 4 or whatever you're going to play late in those races at Saratoga on Wednesday. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye.